Welcome to House Talk, with videos that'll provide maintenance tips unique to Trilogy at Vistancia Homes. With your host, Doug Bowman. Today we're going to talk about Smart Irrigation Controllers and an opportunity to replace your entire controller system with a new one for free. If you live at Trilogy at Vistancia, chances are extremely good that your initial landscaper installed one of these units. These controllers work independently based on the settings either you or your landscape contractors set them to. Frequency, duration, and start times all have to be adjusted throughout the year based on the changing Arizona temperature and sunrise times. Even though these units are fairly reliable, they're not without issues. If you look up the brand of your irrigation controller online, you'll probably find a litany of issues that are starting to identify with some of these older units. If you're not sure, just ask your landscape contractor. He's probably got a lot of experience with them. Even if your old controller is working perfectly, there are some outdated design issues. They waste water when they irrigate in the rain. They need to be adjusted monthly based on changing conditions. If the controller fails and you're not here, you never know about it until it's too late. And with multiple settings and multiple circuits, they can be quite complex to set. Here's what irrigation controllers look like today. Smarter, more versatile, more reliable, and the City of Peoria will pay for you to replace it for free. All you need to make it work is a smartphone and year-round Wi-Fi at your Trilogy home. Here's what smart controllers can do that the old controllers can't. With your smartphone, you can start, stop, monitor, and control your irrigation controller from anywhere in the world. It knows if it rained last night, there's rain in the forecast, or frost, and makes adjustments immediately. They also make adjustments monthly based on changes in the seasons and let you know when it's successfully been completed. Also, during the initial setup, you can set it to communicate to a public weather station so it has the most current and local information on your weather. And for us, there is a public weather station at the Trilogy Golf Course that we can access to. I've captured a few phone images from my Smart Irrigation Controller app that comes with the device. My house has two circuits, one for trees and one for shrubs. If you look closely at the left image for my shrubs, this particular month was September, it was scheduled to use almost 2,600 gallons of water that month. And based on actual conditions, either rain or humidity or wind, I actually only used 1,618 gallons of water that month, saving over 1,000 gallons of water. The left image is the history panel, where it tells you every time it starts and stops, or makes a scheduled change, or decides not to do a watering based on conditions. It'll let you know. And it keeps all that history in archive. The center image is a schedule, a calendar. You can click on any one of the ones that are displayed, and you can see whether it's the shrubs or the trees that are going to be watered, and it'll tell you how much it plans to water and how long. And the image on the right shows the settings, or the rules that I used when I first set up my device. It shows here that it won't water if there's more than a quarter inch of rain, or if it's over 20 miles an hour wind, it won't water, or if it gets below 35 degrees, it'll skip a watering as well. Smart controllers have been on the market for several years now and have become quite reliable. There's several manufacturers that are out there, but the options are all pretty similar. You can get them at Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot. In fact, if you go to a Lowe's or a Home Depot anywhere in the City of Peoria, chances are good that you'll actually see a display about the City of Peoria rebates. Now let's talk a little bit more about that rebate. If you go to www.peoriaaz.gov and search on rebates, you'll go to the City of Peoria rebates page, which has several being offered, of which one is the Smart Irrigation Controller. The city provides funding for these rebates every year and uses it until it's all distributed. They've been successfully funding this rebate for years now, and if you get turned down late in the year, just wait till after the first of the year and apply again. I'm sure there'll be plenty of money in there. Now let's go through the rebate procedure quickly. First, you've got to check your water bill to make sure that you're an actual City of Peoria water customer. You've got to purchase a Smart Irrigation Controller that's EPA Water Smart certified. Just look for that term on the box of the controller you select. 3, you're going to have to provide a receipt with your rebate form. So I'd make an individual purchase without a bunch of other items on there. They're going to cover the cost of the unit. They're not going to cover tax, and if you have to pay someone to install it, they're not going to cover that either. 4, install your new controller or have it installed. 5, submit the completed application with your receipt and invoice. And lastly, 6, it may take up to 2 billing cycles for the credit to be posted to your account. And your bill will be 0 until the cost of the controller is covered. They may have an inspector come out and take a look at it, but if you mount it outside, you won't have to be there for the inspection. They just want to make sure that you actually installed it. All right, so I certainly understand that smart devices and smart irrigation controllers may not be for everyone. But I also think this is a great opportunity to upgrade your system and be able to give you some assurances that you can monitor your system throughout the summer while you're away. So let's talk about the pros and cons of a smart irrigation controller. Pros? Well, the cost of the controller is free, up to $250 for the device. That's awesome. Saves water, thereby saving money. It promotes plant health by not overwatering and causing root rot. It adjusts to actual conditions, whether it's from one month to the next, or rain or frost, and it makes those changes immediately without you having to intervene or do anything. And you can monitor operations and failures from anywhere in the world and see it real time. The cons? Well, you got to have a smartphone and you got to have the app. You have to have Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi's got to operate all year round for you to be able to use this system. Now, I know several Trilogy snowbirds who reduce their internet bandwidth while they're away. This keeps the monthly costs down to a minimum while keeping their Wi-Fi operational. Just talk to your internet provider to see if this can apply to you. Now, continuing with the cons. The costs of installation of the device and maybe an enclosure. If it doesn't come with an enclosure for outside, that's an additional cost. An enclosure is about $30. And not all landscape contractors understand smart technology yet. You may have to talk to your supplier at Lowe's or Home Depot, or look on Nextdoor or My Trilogy Life for a recommendation for someone who's actually installed these before in the past. Most of these irrigation controller manufacturers have got great websites with several tutorials that you can look and watch to see whether or not you feel comfortable doing this yourself or whether you need to get someone to do this for you. And you can check those out anytime, certainly before you make a purchase. Thanks for watching. I know this was a lot of information. If you like this video, you may like these other videos I've done, specifically about Trilogy homes. Thanks again, and if you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.